Hello, my name is Barb Vecto, and I am the individual who will be guiding you through the first half of the Survey of Children's Young Adult and Lit course this spring summer. And usually, I'm not used to going first, so I'm a little freaked out. Usually, Ruki goes and she sets the tone, and there's all kinds of great content, and then you get to me, and it's all downhill from here. Um, I just want to give you a quick overview of how the course works. There's generally 4 different things that we do every week: read, explore, discuss, and reflect. You can't see my hands, I was holding up 4 fingers. So the readings are all things on different types of young adult literature. The idea and a book. I think almost all of you have signed up for your book discussion group books. It's really important to just read some titles. And I don't do a lot of, book lists. I used to do a lot of book lists. I'd sort of enmesh book lists into the weekly lesson. But because I'm cramming 7 weeks into 6 weeks, your final project is something that you're not going to have time specifically to work on that. You have to fold that in every week. And a lot of that is finding books on your own. And honestly, it's so easy to find books now on your own. School Library Journal and Voya are great. Um, there's a million book blogs. School Library Journal has a list of great book review blogs. Also, the young adult librarian at your public library, either where you live or in the district where you teach, they're a great resource. I'm actually in a book group with the young adult librarian, the children's librarian, the middle school librarian, a couple of kids that work at the library, and we do a young adult book club, and it's been great. I learn about a lot of different titles that way. So I don't want to teach you about specific titles. I want to teach you how to find titles on your own. So that's kind of what we're doing. So the reading is reading some articles and reading your book club book. Exploration is building your own book lists. You're going to set up a blog, and anybody who's had my class before already has a blog, so you can use that one if you want from the Emerging Technologies course, or you can continue in on a new blog. However you want to put that together is fine. There's a strange man entering my home. Just kidding, I married him. So reading exploration will go into your blog. Then reflection is the big piece. That's an essay. It can be an essay, it can be a multimedia presentation, however you want to promote what you've read or what you think of your book discussion. That's your specific reflective essay or project. And the reason I have you doing that is because sometimes young adult literature doesn't get the respect that I feel like it deserves, and I want you to be reading it as literature, not just as a story, not just as something for kids, but really looking at how, the impact it has on you emotionally, what it reminds you of based on other things that you've read. Put some depth to it. The first week we're actually not going to be doing that because we're all reading the same book, and I don't want to read 13 essays on the same book. So the first week it's going to be on your reading life, as what it was like for you reading as a preteen or a teen. And then, but the rest of the weeks, your reflective essay will be on the book. And then discussion. Discussion's my favorite. There's 2 different discussion groups. One is the content discussion, and that's on the reading that I've given you that you will be doing. And some of it, I think I mark when you have to read it, but there's also some optional things, and it depends on how fast you read and what your comfort level is, what your interest level is. But it's all fodder for discussion. And then the other is your book club discussion or your book group discussion, and that is based on your title. Now, if you've read other books that are being discussed, feel free to jump in and don't worry about spoilers, because for each book group discussion, we have threaded discussion, so if you're responding to somebody else, you don't need to worry about it. But if you're putting an initial post out, please put the title of the book that you're discussing every time. This way, people are clear on what it is. I would like everybody to read all the discussion. If there's a book that we're reading that you've been dying to read and you don't want any spoilers, either go get the book and read it, or promise me that you will read that book and come back and look at the discussion later. But ideally, I'd like everybody to read the discussion just because it gives you a broader scope of literature. All right, I think that's everything. I don't know if I'm going to do, in my other class, I do a video every week. I don't know if I'm going to do that because I kind of want to open this up since we're going to be on vacation. By the time the section's over, we'll be on vacation. So I want to open up all of the units ahead of time so that you can work ahead if you want to. And I was talking to Ruki the other day, and she said, you know, if you know you're gonna be away, say the last week in June, you can work ahead. The only thing that I really want you to keep current on is discussion. And again, if you know, go in and drop your discussion bombs before anybody else gets there, that's fine. People will just respond to you. But I prefer that everybody's doing the discussion the same week. Make sure you go into the discussion like 3 times a week because it, you know, you need to keep it going. All right, I don't think I have anything else to tell you. If you have any questions, you can put them in the questions discussion. Something's called something like any questions, very cleverly titled. You can email me in Canvas. I'm also at bvecto@salemstate.edu, but Canvas, frankly, I check it more during when I'm teaching. So that's it. I'll see you around the discussion boards. Bye.